All right, new recruit. Welcome to the Math Detective Agency. I'm your trainer for today's mission. We're handing you your very first case file, and trust me, it's a good one. It involves some of the sneakiest characters in the math world, decimals.
Yep, you heard me. There are mysteries hidden inside these numbers, clues that need uncovering, and codes that need cracking. And you know what? I think you're just the detective for the job. So, are you ready to jump in? See, decimals aren't just numbers with a little dot. They're actually a secret code that tells us the super precise value of things, especially when we're talking about parts of a whole. Today, you're going to learn how to read that code like a pro. First things first, every good detective knows you have to start by examining the evidence. So, our first tool is all about deconstructing the clues. That means breaking a decimal number down into its individual parts to see what it's really made of. We call this expanded form. Think of it like laying out all your evidence on the table so you can see every last piece. We take a number like 37.844, and we carefully pull it apart to show the true value of every single digit. So how does this actually work? Let's look at our number here. We start with the whole numbers, everything to the left of the decimal point. The 3 is in the tens place, so its value is 30. The 7 is in the ones place, so it's just 7. Easy enough, right? Now we hop over the decimal. The 8 is in the first spot, the tenths place, which makes it 0.8. The next 4 is in the hundredths place, so its value is 0.04. And that final 4? It's in the thousandths place, so it's worth 0.004. See? Each digit has its own story to tell. All right, detective, you've got the basics down. Time for a classic mystery. A really important piece of evidence has been hidden. Let's grab our next tool and solve the case of the ink spell. Oh no, look at this document. It's been damaged. We can see the final sum is 0.546, and we know some of the parts, 0.4 and 0.006. But a big ol' ink spill is hiding that middle value. It's our job to figure out exactly what number is hiding under that blot. Here's how we crack this case. First, let's gather up all the clues we do have. We'll add them together. So 0.4 plus 0.006 gives us 0.406. Now we take that number and subtract it from the final answer. So 0.546 minus 0.406, and there it is. The hidden number is 0.14. But hold on. A great detective always verifies their solution. Let's add all three pieces together now. 0.4 plus our mystery number, 0.14, plus 0.006. And what do we get? 0.546. It's a perfect match. The ink spill mystery is officially solved. Nicely done. Now get ready for the most powerful tool in your detective kit. Seriously, this thing is a game changer. It's the secret to making numbers way bigger or way smaller in an instant. It's time for the case of the mysterious shifting decimal. Okay, here's the secret. When you multiply a number by 10 or 100 or 1,000, the decimal point jumps to the right, which makes the number get bigger. And when you divide, it jumps to the left, making the number smaller. Just remember, multiply right, divide left. It's that simple. This little cheat sheet tells you everything you need to know. The real secret? It's the number of zeros. That tells you how many jumps to make. If we multiply 14.32 by 10, that's 1 0, so the decimal jumps 1 place to the right. If we multiply by 1,000, that's 3 zeros, so it jumps 3 places right. And guess what? It's the exact same for division, just, in the other direction. Okay, here's a top secret tip for you, detective. What if you run out of numbers to jump over? No big deal, you just add some placeholder zeros. So if you're multiplying 7.2 by 1,000, you need to jump 3 spots. You just add 2 zeros to get 7,200. And it works the same way for division, just on the other side of the number. You've mastered the basic tools. I'm impressed. But now, it's time for the ultimate challenge. For this case, we have the final clue, but the original number, it's vanished. We're going to have to work backward to solve this one. So here's the situation. A subject named Mira started with a secret number. She divided it by 10. Then she divided that number by 10 again. And then she did it a third time. The only thing we know is that her final answer was 0.005. So, what number did she start with? To crack this case, you gotta think like a real detective and reverse the process. Mira divided by 10 3 times. So, to undo that, we need to do the exact opposite. We're gonna multiply by 10 3 times. We take our final clue, 0.005, and multiply by 10. That gets us to 0.05. We do it again. That gets us to 0.5. And one last multiplication by 10 reveals the original number, which is 5. That's it. The starting number was 5. By working backward and reversing the operations, you solved the toughest case of the day. That is some master-level detective work right there. Congratulations! You are so close to graduating from the academy. But first, we need a final test to make sure your skills are razor sharp. Let's do a quick-fire quiz. You ready? First question, think fast. What number is 1,000 times bigger than 12? Well, bigger means we multiply, and 1,000 means 3 jumps to the right. So that makes it 12,000. Got it?
Next one. What is 100th of 12? Now, 100th of is just a fancy way of saying divide by 100. So we take 12, find its secret decimal point hiding at the end, and jump it 2 spots to the left. That gives us 0.12.
And for the final question, what is 1,000th of 120,000? Okay, so that means we're dividing 120,000 by 1,000. We could move the decimal 3 spots to the left, or, quick detective trick, just cancel out 3 zeros from each number. Either way, the answer is 120. Fantastic work. You did it. You've expanded decimals, found missing clues, and learned how to shift that decimal point like a pro. You have officially graduated from the Math Detective Academy. Your training is complete. You've got the tools, you've got the skills. You can deconstruct and understand any decimal that comes your way. So the only question left is, what number mystery will you solve next? The case is all yours.